All right, so what we're doing in this activity is we're trying to read measurements and get better at it so you're ready for your test. So you'll have a test question that'll give you like a picture like this and ask you for the correct measurement with the correct amount of significant figures. As you can read over here in this activity, yada, 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 the values will be based on significant figure rules. Remember what we learned in class, the value of a measurement is defined as all the numbers that can be accurately determined and a guess. And that guess should only be one more digit. Then also we'll use this on the next one. Remember, a liquid reading comes from the bottom of the meniscus. So the bottom of the meniscus, if you have a graduated cylinder, I'm drawing with a mouse, so just give me a break. It would be right here is where we would measure from. All right, not here at the top, just at the bottom. So let's go ahead and look at this one. This is a quadruple beam balance. I've just put some stuff on it, and then I'll zoom in. And so what we do is we take all these numbers that we can see, so 247, and we literally just write 247, 247. All right, and then we can see here that this little mark right here is past 0.9. So I put 0.9. I know that for sure. All right, I'm going to zoom in here. All right, but I also know, I can see clearly it is not past 0.91. So I know this number is a 0. Okay, 247.90, and then I have to guess. Since it's closer to the 1, I'll just say something like put a 7, 247.907. This number can be any number we want as long as it's realistically close to what it looks like. So we would say the mass of this and report it with the proper sig figs is 247.90 and then 7. All right, let's try this one now. This is just a metric measuring tape. It's in millimeters. You can see these millimeters right here. So I'm going to zoom in, and we just will look at what we can tell. That's as zoomed in as it'll let me. So we can see that it is past 200. It's past 210. So we know those for sure. And then I can count 1, 2, 3, and it looks like it's just short of the fourth one. So I can pretty easily tell, and I'll type this time, that it is 210 something, 3 something, but then I cannot tell anymore, so I'm going to have to guess. So I'm going to put my decimal, and this last one is an estimation. This pink piece of paper is very close to the fourth tick, so I'm going to say 213.9 is my correct answer with significant figures. Okay, now we have a graduated cylinder that measures in milliliters, and I'll zoom in. It's hard to see right here, but it says 70. So this line right here would be our 60, here would be our 50, here's our 70. So these are measuring in tens, so 61, 2, 3, 4, the big line's the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the big line would be the 10. Remember this part right here, when we measure a liquid, we go from the bottom of the meniscus, so I'm going to come from the very bottom here. All right, so what I know from the bottom is it's past 60, so I'm going to put my 6. It's just right at the 9th tick, so I'm going to say it's 69. And then I don't know, but I know it's extremely close to that. So I know it's 60, I know it's 9 more, and then I take my guess, and I'm going to say it's right on it. So I'm going to put 69.0. If you put 69.1, you'd be fine. If you put 69.2, you'd be fine, because the last number is a guess. Now, let's talk, and I know that this doesn't really matter to you, but if it is just 69 milliliters, that would mean that this would be my guess. And what that would tell me about the graduated cylinders is none of these lines would be on there. It would be 60 and then 70. And it would not be nearly as accurate as if I had what I had before. It was 69 point, oh, well, let me do that, 0.0. This means I have a much more accurate graduated cylinder than it would without it. Okay, let's look at one more. All right, now this is a more accurate graduated cylinder. It measures in tenths, not tens. So here's your 8 mark, here's your 8.1, here's your 8.2. So the things I know for sure is that it's 8.2 something. I don't know what that is, so the next number would be my guess. If I look at it, it looks like it's a little over halfway towards the, oh, I can't count. That's obviously 0.1. Sorry. It's closer to the second tick than it is the first. So I'm going to say it's 8.16 milliliters, and I'm going to call it good. Okay, so go ahead and look at these and pause them, and then do your best to find the answer. Then go ahead and hit play and see what the answer is. All right, so hopefully you're able to see here. Once again, this is the measuring tape in millimeters. It goes past 100. It goes past 10. It looks just short of the 20. So I'm going to say that this is 119. Okay, and then maybe shorter than 19. I'll call it one. Whoops, it's not even typing. Hold on. 118, and then I'm just going to guess that that is really close to the 9, so I'm going to say 118.9. All right, if you put 119.0 or something like that, that would be acceptable as well. Okay, let's try the next one. I'll zoom in on the next one. So, well, I guess you don't need me to zoom too much in. That looks about good. So go ahead and pause it and give it your best guess here. All right, so hopefully this one went okay. We can clearly see it's 127.3. All right, so we know it's 127.3. But if you look, we also can see right here, it looks just barely past this 9th tick. So I'm going to say that I know it's 127.39, and then it's just a little bit past it. So I would then guess maybe a 1 or a 2, and then I'd put grams. All right, I haven't been very good at putting units on it, but hopefully you get it. Okay. The triple beam balance will always have 3 numbers after the decimal. So that is another clue that could help. Okay, let's see here. Oh, get off that. All right. Now, pause it and give this one a try. Okay, so we can see here we have definitely 8 point something. It looks like it goes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're reading from the very bottom of the line here. So it's past the 6th, but it's not past the 7th. So I know this is a 6. I don't know the next number, so that's my guess. It looks roughly halfway, so I'm going to say it's 8.65. Okay. Go ahead and pause and give this one a shot. Okay. We know it's 90. And then we can see it's 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's between the 4th and the 5th. So I know it's 94, but I don't know anything more accurate than that. So then I would guess, and I don't know what your guess is, 95.5 would be just fine. Okay, hopefully that went okay, and you feel pretty comfortable with this.